Welcome to Supernatural Success Mondays. I am your coach, that fire coach, LaVondalyn Watson St. Kitts, and it is Monday. And so you know I have got a word for you. I missed you ladies last week. I missed you. I'm so glad to be back with you today. And you know, I got a fire word for you today. So welcome to Supernatural Success Mondays. For those of you who are new to the fold, on Mondays, I ask you a question. I give you a quick 10 to 15 minute word, one that fires you up, one that gets you ready for the week. And that is no different today. I got a word for you. So welcome to Supernatural Success Mondays. Now, of course, at the top of the year, we discussed how important it was to be a doer this year and not just a hearer, right? And so we are doing this year. But my question to you today is, what exactly are you doing? What kind of action are you taking? Are you being safe and small, or are you taking real action in your business? Are you taking real action? I'm talking the stuff that scares you. I'm talking the stuff that no one else is willing to do. I'm talking the things that move your business forward, that move you from where you are to where you want to be. That kind of action. Listen, I'm stepping on toes today. If you are safe, if you are small, if you are doing only those things that are comfortable for you, I am stepping on your toes today because God has abundance waiting for you. God has so much that he wants to give you. It says in 1 Corinthians that no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has in store for those who love him. And so he has got some stuff in store for you. But guess what? You can't get it being like the multitudes. You can't get it by doing what everyone else is doing. You cannot get it by being small and being safe all the time. You have got to take action that moves your business forward. Action, real action. So I'm going to read for you today. We are in the book of Ruth. Why? Because Ruth took some massive action, right? So you know the backstory. I'm going to give you the backstory, and then I'm going to read the word. And listen, I'm actually going to take the time to read the word. So if you ain't really a word warrior, then you can go ahead and click stop, because I'm going in with the word today. But if you are on fire for the word and you get fired up, then I want you to listen, because I got a word for you, right? So here's the backstory. Naomi and her husband Elimelech, they moved from Bethlehem to Moab, right? Because they were going through a drought. They were going through, some financial hardships. And so they moved to Moab. They get to Moab and they start a family. They have two sons. Well, both Elimelech and the sons pass away. This leaves Naomi by herself with two daughters-in-law, right? So she sends those daughters-in-law home, right? She sends them home, and then she decides to move back to Bethlehem, where she's from, where her family's at, where her friends are at, right? She's been gone for a minute, but that's still home. So she decides to go back there. Orpah, one daughter-in-law, stays, and Ruth, the other daughter-in-law, decides, nah, you are not leaving me. I am going with you. Wherever you go, I go. Where you die, I die. Where your people will be, those are going to be my people, right? So she decides to go with Naomi. So when they get to Bethlehem, Ruth tells Naomi, listen, I'm going to take good care of you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to go and glean in the fields, and I'm going to get barley, and I'm going to make sure you have food, and I'm going to make sure we have, a roof over our heads. I'm going to take care of you. She was a good friend. She was a good daughter-in-law, right? But I want to pay close attention to something, right? Because Ruth is going to Boaz's field. Boaz is, he's rich, he's wealthy, he's got all the barley there is to have, right? And they're in reaping season. So Ruth is going into Boaz's field. And like other reapers, keep this in mind, like other reapers, she's going and she's reaping along the outside of his field. She's picking things up because she's poor, right? She's poor. They don't have a lot. So she's getting barley so that they can have food and have a place to live, right? But there are other reapers who are doing the same thing. So I'm going to read for you what makes Ruth different, because Naomi tells her to do something major. Instead of going to the field every day, listen, I'm going to bring this back to your business. Instead of going to the field every day and reaping the way all the other reapers are reaping, instead of going to the field every day and doing the small action to take care of just today, instead of going to the field every day and doing the small actions to get just enough for us to stay alive, Naomi gives her a bona fide plan. Naomi gives her a plan to secure their future. Naomi gives her a plan that's going to change the game. You hear me? So she says, listen, I got something better for you to do. It's not enough for you to go get the little scraps around the edge of the field. I want you to own the field. I want you to own the field. I want you to be in a position to take massive action to get it all, to claim abundance. So I'm going to read for you quickly. We are in Ruth chapter 3. I'm going to read verses 1 through 10. Those of you who are taking notes, my star students, verses 1 through 10. That's Ruth chapter 3. It says this. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said to her, my daughter, shall I not seek security for you, that it may be well with you? Now Boaz, whose young women you were with, is he not our relative? In fact, he is winnowing barley tonight at the threshing floor. Therefore, wash yourself and anoint yourself, put on your best garment, and go down to the threshing floor. But do not make yourself known to the man until he has finished eating and drinking. Then it shall be, when he lies down, that you shall notice the place where he lies, and you shall go in, uncover his feet, lie down, and he will tell you what to do. And she said to her, all that you say to me, I will do. All that you say to me, I will do. So she went down to the threshing floor and did according to all that her mother-in-law instructed her to do. And after Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was cheerful, he went to lay down at the end of the heap of grain, and she came softly, uncovered his feet, and lay down. Now it happened at midnight that the man was startled and turned to himself, and there a woman was lying at his feet. And he said, who are you? So she answered, I am Ruth, your maidservant. Take your maidservant under your wing, for you are a close relative. Then he said, blessed are you of the Lord, my daughter, for you have shown more kindness at the end than at the beginning, and in that you do not go after young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, do not fear. I will do for you all that you request, for all the people of my town know that you are a virtuous woman. Listen, Naomi said, okay, I need you to go do some stuff. Go lay at his feet, go pull the blanket up over his feet, and let him know who you are. And so then she does this, and Boaz says to her, I got you. I got you. Listen, you have done this thing. You have made it known. You have been virtuous. I got you. He becomes her kinsman redeemer. He becomes literally owner, so to speak. He took ownership of her. He provided for her and Naomi. She lived in the big house. She got everything that she needed. She walked into her abundance. Why? Because he was her kinsman redeemer. And there's a whole custom, that goes along with that, but that is irrelevant to this teaching. The point is, she did the hard thing while the gleaners were still picking up barley around the edge of his field, probably not talking to him, probably unwilling to do the hard thing. Naomi said, listen, don't play with this. Go do the hard thing. Go do the thing that nobody else would do. Go do what seems impossible to you. Go lay at his feet and ask him to take ownership or responsibility for you. That is exactly what she does, and that is exactly what he does. Listen, sometimes you got to do the hard action. Some of you are in the marketplace, still on the outside gleaning, right? Still doing the thing that everybody else is doing. Still just posting on Facebook, posting on Instagram, and waiting for something to happen. Still, going live superfluously. Still trying to sell in small areas. Still just having, just little mediocre activity that's not really moving your business forward. That's not allowing allowing you to walk into your abundant place, that's not allowing you to change the heart and the security of your future. You're doing all the things, and you may have already been doing all the things for a few years, but are you doing the right things? Are you doing the scary things? I am sure Ruth was horrified. She said she was going to go do it because Naomi was telling her to do it, but I'm sure she was afraid to go to that threshing floor that night. I'm sure she was like, what am I doing? I'm sure her knees were knocking, but she did the hard thing, and it led to her wealthy place. It led to her abundance. I'm telling you today that there are some things that you've been avoiding in your business. There are some actions you've been avoiding taking in your business that you want to play it safe. It's easy to post on Facebook. It's easy to send an email because you don't have to deal with rejection. You don't have to deal with anybody shutting you down. You don't have to deal with any backlash. You don't have to deal with your heartbeat racing and your palms sweating. But those are the activities that will move you to your wealthy place. Those are the activities that will change the course of your future. Stop doing activity that pays the rent this month. Stop doing activity that just gives you just enough for now. You need to do some activity that will put 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in your savings account. You need to do some activity that will provide for your children's children, right? The generations to come. I dare you to actually sell. I dare you to pop into somebody's inbox and sell them something. Talk to them. I dare you to pick up the phone and call those big events, the ones that you're afraid to speak at. I dare you to pick up the phone and call the event planner and say, hey, I want to send you my speaker's kit. I dare you to actually do a branding strategy session and actually get some branded photos done, and then do a PR strategy and get it out to the entire world. I dare you to actually sell. Actually sell. I'm not talking posted on Facebook with a link. I'm not talking posted on Instagram with a link. I'm talking actually get across the phone, get on the phone or get across the table with somebody. Pull somebody into Zoom and sell what you have to offer. Listen, some of you are in this community because I popped in your inbox. I'm not afraid. I don't care if you leave me on red. I don't care if you say she's selling something again. Why? Because God has ordained me and anointed me to get this information to you. He has called me to get it out to the world, to step up on this platform and teach and coach, and I will do it. I will walk in obedience. Just like Naomi told Ruth to go and do the hard thing, God is telling me to do the hard thing. So I'm going to do the hard thing. My job is not to worry about how you react. My job is not to worry about how you take it. That's God's job. My job is only to plant the seeds. My job is only to do the work. It's God's job to bring the increase. It's his job to speak to your hearts and make you respond and react. That's not my job. I'm very well aware of what it is that God has called me to do. Ruth did what Naomi told her to do. I am doing what God has told me to do. Listen, as your coach, when I tell you to go do the hard thing, go do it, right? Why? Because I don't want you around the edge of the field picking up barley for today. I want you to secure your future for days to come. Listen, if you are in business and you are doing all the things, but you don't have any transactions, if you are doing all the things, all the activity, but you don't have any transactions, you are not in business. You have a very expensive hobby. And I don't say that to offend you. I don't say that to step on your toes. I say that to motivate you to do the activity that will move your business forward, to do the hard things that will bring income into your household, into your future. Listen, some of you have some big goals. Some of you want to do some amazing things. You want to really, build that house on the beach, or, pay for private school for your kids, or, do all of those major things for your generations to come. You can't do it by being safe. You can't do it by picking up the barley off of the side of the field. You have to do some activity that will bring in income, that will take you to your wealthy place, that will put you in front of the people that can change your life. Listen, I came to challenge you today. It's time out for being safe. It's time out for being small. It's time out for doing those things that you're comfortable doing, the things that everybody else is doing all day, every day. It's time out for looking the part. It's time out for looking the part. I want you to be about it, right? Don't just talk about it, be about it. Say what you mean and mean what you say, right? That's what the Bible says. And so I want you to actually build a business. I want you to actually make some money. I want you to actually secure your future and pour into the futures of those who are coming after you. You can do it, but you got to do some needle moving activity, my friend. You got to do that thing that scares you, that makes your heart pound. You got to step out of your comfort zone. You got to actually walk from around the side, around the side of the field and go up to the kinsman redeemer, go up to the field owner and say, listen, let's talk. Let's talk, right? The scary thing, because there were other reapers, but only Ruth went and laid at his feet. Bruh. Oh my Lord, I could preach this thing. I'm not going to. I came to encourage you today to do activities, real activities that move your business forward. Do not wake up day after day after day doing the same things that's bringing in a little bit of barley. That's not helping you, my friend. That is not helping you. That is only taking care of what you got to take care of today, if that. But you got to do the big activity, the real activity, the scary activity if you want to secure your future. I came to challenge you today. This year we are being doers, but now I want to take that even further. What actions are you doing? Are you doing the hard thing? Listen, go lay at the feet. Go and secure your future. I just wanted to encourage you today. This has been Supernatural Success Monday. I am here every Monday at noon to encourage you and inspire you, not only in your faith, but in your business. I'm LaVondalyn Watson Sandkiss, that fire coach. I'm fired up today. I'm about to go do some needle moving activity. I'm about to go do that. So y'all have a fantastic Monday. God bless your week. Do something that scares you this week. I love y'all. Take good care. Bye.